What is up, Wretched Nation? Today we got a seat review for you. One of the most popular seats in the game for touring bikes, two up, the Saddlemen Road Sofa. If you're riding a touring bike and you're going two up most of the time, this is one of those big, like, picked items that people want to go with. It's very popular. There's really not a whole lot to say other than it's just one of the classics. Especially if you don't have like an Ultra. Ultras come with a little bit bigger seat. So you have that standard Road King, Road Glide, Street Glide. This is something that a lot of people pick up. It's a very popular seat. I got my opinions about it. Let's check it out. Alright, this seat is not mine. It is actually the father-in-law's. But I've put plenty of miles on it, and I've ridden it a couple different times in its life cycle. I say that because I rode it before it was broken in completely, and first impressions, the seat sucked. This was a very, very hard seat. Now, after it's been broken in, my opinion has changed, and that's important because people need to understand that when a seat is brand new and not broken in yet, that's not how it's going to feel forever. The seat's going to get better. Like, you can feel the seat kind of, or even see it, just kind of squish down, and that's what you want. You want to be able to have some movement in that seat. This is not going to be one of those firm seats. It shouldn't be. Overall, it's not bad. Now, that very first time I rode it, me and the wife got on it, and we were actually down in Myrtle Beach. My father-in-law had just bought it, and I was like, hey, let's take it for a quick ride, around the area, and let's see what happens. So I kind of took it out for the day and put some miles on it. The way it pitched me, now this is the reach seat, so you're going to be pushed back an extra inch, which is good for me. I'm about 6 foot tall, but the way it pitched me, I kind of sat a little forward, kind of angled. There's really no reason to do any like riding video for this because you're not going to see it anyways, but I don't know, it just sat me kind of weird. I will say the thigh area is perfect. I think the stock seats get that wrong really bad. Let me show you. Alright, here's your stock seat, and here's your Saddlemen Road Sofa. That stock seat has this like curvature that goes way down, and when you're stopped or sitting still or whatever, your leg, they're assuming, should be up here, so they have that like break kind of here, but this is a lot more gradual. The brake that they put in the road sofa is very straight, as it should be, because your thighs are going to be pushing against this, and you don't really notice it at first, but this will wear you down more than you think, and it actually will make some people who are a little bit shorter harder to touch the ground because your legs are bowed out. So with the stock seat, this is usually your biggest problem, is just this bow here, and most of your aftermarket seats fix that. Saddlemen Road Sofa being one of them. This seat is very flat and it curves off, cuts off. It doesn't make that thigh problem that pretty much all your stock seats will have. It does have a really nice like backstop. It's very comfortable. It's in a good spot. Like I said, this is a reach seat. I got an extra inch going back. Now for the back, I will say the passenger absolutely loves it. My wife loves it. Mother-in-law loves it. This is big enough to where there's not a lot of fatigue. It's plenty of cushion. It's a really nice seat, and it's not overly big. It's not bad, but there's plenty of room where they can sit back some. They don't have to be right up on the rider. So overall, this seat is pretty great. Coming in at a $600 price point, that's pretty much just the standard for a really nice two-up seat nowadays. I will say, if you get one, just keep going. That break-in period is longer than you think. You're gonna have to throw some miles on this thing, as you should, but just keep going. These seats are worth it. I'm probably not going to pick one of these up. Originally, my father-in-law was going to get a new one with different stitching, and I was just gonna buy this. I was gonna pay for half of it and just take this seat, but he changed his mind, and I don't use this nice of a two-up seat that often, so I'm probably going to end up with an Ultra. I don't know. I don't have the money to drop on a $600 seat right now, so I'm probably just going to pick up a used Ultra seat. It's a little bit better than stock, but this right here is kind of like on the top tier of the list, as it should be. This is a really nice seat. If you're interested in getting one, there's a couple different configurations. You can even get them with the passenger pad and stuff like that. But if you got the money and you want to get a seat that's going to last you forever, definitely pick one up. Like I said, just keep pushing for that break-in period. Keep riding. It's going to soften up. My only complaint is this like harsher stitching right here. I was looking through some different pictures. I wish you could get this all one material and not stitched or interlaid like this. With this is like a carbon pattern. With the plain pattern, it doesn't seem to be as bad. I would suggest the least amount of stitching you can have here, the better, because over time, as you're riding, like if you're doing a trip or like a full day ride, you may not realize it, but this seam right here can really dig into your leg after countless miles. That's my only critique for a lot of seats. I just wish there wasn't any stitching on this area, just because that can really fatigue you for miles and miles. Now for around town seats, it doesn't really matter, but for these long haul seats, this just needs to be as comfortable and as smooth as possible. But overall, Saddlemen seat, 10 out of 10. You're not going to go wrong. It's a great brand, great seat. If you're interested, just grab one. If you like this video, definitely hit the like button. Comment down below, do you have this seat? Do you have a comparable seat? Let us know. If you have opinions about the seat, like it, hate it, comment down below. I appreciate you. Follow us if you haven't already followed us. Hit that subscribe button. But as always, keep it wretched.